As you have from Oracle, you have that extra burst that's necessary, you have the Purge with the Blink, and from Grimstroke, obviously, you have Inkswell and everything else.
But I think if the tree is, let's say, 5 in this game, or if at least if they put the 4 tree into that safe lane with the Riki, this is going to be a really scary lane to play against. The tree will soak up all that initial damage, even if the Riki gets jumped, like you're going to have the Living Armor to maybe bring it back up again. Like, this is a really solid lane if they want to do this. But the key thing with Riki is he can't be your sole way of playing out the game. Like, he can't be your only like physical damage core, in my opinion. Like, it makes the game too awkward to try and end. He wants to run around and get kills, and he wants to be active, so he's not your default farmer. He's not going to secure you a strong late game, right? So
you're saying that Riki isn't the true win condition, is that it?
Correct.
Yeah. All right, I can get behind that.
This way I see Riki is like, he's your side laner that enables your mid win condition, right? Be it a TA or any like farm orientated mid laner.
Yeah, he doesn't really farm necessarily that well. He's the one that gets the diffusal, gets online early enough to create that space, not take it away.
It doesn't give you the same confidence like PLs, Nagas, Voids, these late game heroes that are like, I'm just going to make the enemy team scared of me. It's always a hero that feels like he needs
circumstances, Riki can be your win condition, but most of the time, most of the time he's not. All right, I forgot about this. Cold fella.
Straight away with the Leshrac.
Lich is also one of those heroes that works well with the Riki in the laning stage. Now you don't have to resort to 2 melee heroes versus 2 melee heroes and physical damage dealers versus a Fade Bolt. You have a Lich instead. You have the Frost Armor with the Riki. You have ways of jumping on top of that Rubik. I'm not necessarily sure that this lane will be much stronger for Team Spirit. They still might have some problems versus Rubik and the Mars, but it looks solid enough.
It's the same concept as the first game, though. You know, 2 very defensive, like soft saves in your support duo. Now they've got a. This is very aggressive. I like the change though in this draft, outside of the support duo style, is the fact that you actually have a way to move through objectives now. You can actually take a fight at an objective, play off the vision advantage, be it the tree playing behind with Invis, the Riki in aggressive spots, the Hawk. Like, there's so many ways for Spirit to understand the engagement before they take it that they should be able to actually approach it correctly. The issue is, it's quite easy for HellRaisers to actually take this fight because they have the sacrificial 5, the Ogre, right? Go on, buddy, run into the darkness. You're not going to die, I promise. And then, you know, he gets all the intel, right?
It's also a really difficult game for the Ogre in the laning stage too. You most likely will be playing versus Treant and Beastmaster. No, man,
you're not going to be able to right-click.
You can't right-click, you can't run away. If they get on top of you, you're just as good as that. So it will be a very difficult lane for him.
Yeah. Normally against Beastmaster, it's all about kill the boar. Beastmaster doesn't have the presence in lane. Ogre, you have Ignite. Sure, you try on the boar, but that's not going to kill it. It's like, whatever, right? Like, it's such a awkward position, but I just like the fact right now, especially for HellRaisers, they have this potential flexibility of Leshrac being your mid or your carry, right? Potentially they could just do that flex. You then have an okay lane, and also they're going to abuse last pick. This is very much a HellRaisers draft where you look at their track record of last picks. It's like Auk, Naga, like all these random heroes. Like, okay, we're just going to win the game. Like, luckily though for Spirit, they actually kind of soft cover themselves from an Auk due to the Beastmaster. It's still a really good out game, but we'll see.
From Team Spirit right now, what you're thinking is map vision, map control, and they have a bounty of that. You have Beastmaster, you have Riki, you have Treant Protector. So when it comes to that, at least they have a really good, solid chance of taking map control just by having that superior vision. And that's always pretty solid.
DK might just be the answer for that. Oh, Quap, okay.
Okay, DK for HellRaisers is an option as well here.
Now it's an option, sure. So now Quap's like their counter to, for example, like the Auk, for example, in the mid. The Quap will just be able to dumpster that lane.
Is it not also against the Lesh potential?
Yeah, Quap will also be able to do some work in that matchup. Lesh, to some degrees, buy more regen, push out your wave. It's just a solid hero. My concern, though, is simply, who are they offering up to hit the tower first so that Mars gets a bad arena?
Man, if HR had a Meepo in their roster,
they do play Meepo.
This looks like a sick Meepo game as well. Your only concern is Lich, and that's not really a concern.
No.
It would be
you dumpster
Queen of Pain in the lane. Ricky is never an issue. This would be a sick game for him. Plus, they really require that win condition on their side. They do have objective taking capabilities for the side of HR, but you need your core. You need that position 1 or on the mid lane, whatever. But you need that physical damage dealer that will seal the deal.
I like the speed that Team Spirit can play this game. Like, they're not locked into any cooldowns really. They can just run across the map freely. Leshrac naturally is a hero based around items. There's no good save for the Leshrac to really survive these engagements.
There's so much vision that should enable this Queen of Pain really to dominate the game. You're going to have Tree and Beastmaster constantly playing on the enemy side of the map with the Queen of Pain following, and Ricky can do the same thing. So I'm expecting, like you said, a lot of aggression from Team Spirit, a lot of team fights early on. As long as their lanes go semi-well.
Go on, HellRaisers, do your cheese pick. You know you've got it in you.
Yeah, if you're HellRaisers, are you trying to match the aggression or just trying to survive it?
You don't really have as much sustain as you had in that first game. You don't really have heroes that do that.
Oh,
so you go with the Alchemist instead. That's your cheese.
I smelt that from the first 2 picks.
Now, this Alchemist really can be played around if you are Team Spirit. I don't think it's a perfect Alchemist game.
It isn't.
Yeah, it's still an Alchemist last pick, and Alchemist is in a good spot even with the recent slight nerfs. But Team Spirit have so much vision, so many ways to get behind that tier 1 and take the tier 1 early on the mid lane. Plus you have Tree and Hawks always running around him, flying around him. You have Queen of Pain that's able to get on top of him. Yeah, it looks like a rough game for the Alchemist.
The crucial thing is simply the only person that can really lock down this Alch from farming is the Quap and the Tree moving into the same part of the jungle together. Yeah. If the Ogre is able to leave his lane early enough to then mirror that movement and block that rotation from the Tree, the Alch should be able to farm up to some degree. If the Alch gets to a Radiance BKB, his game is somewhat fine. Sure, there's the fear factor of the Roar from Beastmaster in the entire game, but I think is a strong enough timing that you have Alch just running at you, Leshrac taking your towers. So I think this game is super close, and if Tree can play well and stop Alch from getting that initial farm, Spirit will just run the game over. If he can't unlock the jungle and punish the Alch from the greediness,
I'd go even one step ahead. I don't think it's only Tree that's required. You have to bring the Lich, you have to bring the Beastmaster, you have to bring the Ricky.
The whole team.
The whole team pretty much has to be there. At start, Ogre is fine, but around 15-minute mark, you need the whole team.
So you want to see full divider?
Definitely.
Do you think that they can do it? Do you believe in Team Spirit?
They have the roster for that, but seeing the other game, I'd still lean in HR's way a little bit.
I think they're going to be able to put up a little pressure, but they're going to fall flat eventually, and this Alch and Leshrac pairing will be able to just run the game over with the Mars supporting them. So I think HellRaisers will weak start, strong finish.
My oh my, these boys, they really do like looking at HellRaisers and just saying it's going to be 2-0s. Maybe there's someone in the cast that can actually make us, be inspired by Team Spirit's lineup, show us the way forward. Trent, Lyrical, have you got conflicting opinions? Do you believe in Team Spirit? Are we going to get a game 3?
Oh, yeah, baby. It's going to happen. See, I know what you got to do.
Yeah.
On the panel, you gotta hype these people up, get excited. You're like, full Divide, and he's like, yeah, definitely. And then it's like, do you think they can do it?
No.
Oh, God. But, I'm on pick away from down. I think Team Spirit can do it. I believe in them. Trent, what about you? Are you on the wishy-washy?
I think, judging by how long HR took to take that Alch, I don't think they're feeling that confident about this.
Okay.
And maybe it was just a debate of, hey, do we want a Meepo or do we want an Alch? And they just kind of decided eventually. But it's not like the dream Alch game. But to me, I was looking at that draft and I was thinking like that was kind of an early Lesh pick. Like I don't know. I know Nyx really likes the hero and they can play it safe lane or they can play it mid, which is a big part of it. But with 2 picks left for Team Spirit, I think they got 2 pretty good heroes to make Nyx's life difficult. And then when the draft wound back to them, it was kind of like. I felt like when that guy who's carrying your pub stack is like, oh God, what hero how can I win this? Am I Invoker? Am I Alchemist? Like, is like go-to hero. So we'll see. I agree. I will favor HR just based off of last game. But I think they played really well. But Immersion played well in the Tree last game. Maybe he can actually carry it through this time.
As Tree is going down, no, he's not.
See, look how good he is.
He's able to live. Amazing.
He's defeated 3 heroes.
Afterlife moving over. Nyx, he's taking a lot of damage. Those are some punches onto that Leshrac. My man is in trouble, and Nyx is going to be brought down. First blood for Misha.
Yeah, Pushka too.
Is he dead? Oh my god. They got a boar slowdown too. Oh, never mind. TP away. And keeps him alive. You did TP to the tier 2. Kind of interesting. Yeah, I get what you're saying there, but to me it felt more like, I don't know what's Russian for, like, I guess pick me Alk, but that's what it felt like, you know?
They haven't covered that in your online courses yet?
Not yet. We're working on it. But it had that feel of, like, I mean, I don't think there's a core player that's going to say no to Alchemist, right? I mean, you pick it, you hit some creeps, things feel good.
Yeah, they like the gold sound just constantly ringing in their ears as Immersion takes a lot more abuse down bottom, but does make his way back.
Tries to run away. Afterlife, going to try and keep these boars alive. They did throw out a little stun there. Yeah, I want to see how much aggression they can actually get in this lane, because it felt like the panel was really feeling the Beastmaster tree as just like a bully them lane.
I think we've already seen in a lot of these games over the past week that the Dire has a pretty easy time making that rotation down to this part of the map. And traditionally, Beastmaster Dire side is like one of the best heroes for just dominating this entire area, even before it got like all reworked with all the high grounds and everything. But he just likes to play down here, uses Hawks for his own vision to defend himself and just like pushing waves. But we've kind of moved away from that like super solo Beastmaster into more so of a like, he's gonna almost like roam and patrol this whole area to guarantee it for the team.
Yeah, get that good vision down in there. And of course, if you got an Alchemist, you want to keep your eyes on that jungle as well. But we'll see the Leech Seed be used, try and run down Pushka a little bit. He's going to be able to tank through a lot of that, sitting with only one Tango left on this Ogre, though. So he's going to have to make use of his natural regen, since they've got a decent amount more on the side of Team Spirit.
Not going to be a lot of stacked camps again here. I feel like I say that every game now. These side lanes are just so locked in the 2-1-2, but that should be considered a bit of a downside for the Alchemist players as of late, right? It's not often you get like the Shadow Demon or the Coddle. Frankly, they're usually banned getting to do their stacks anymore. So
top lane, yeah, Duraccio tried to get aggressive onto Roger, but couldn't make it happen. Yeah, the Shadow Demon feels like it's sort of one of the few heroes, that and like Coddle, and maybe if you're like an offline Coddle or something like that, you can make some stuff happen. But besides that, it's very much sort of a barren wasteland. And I guess when you maybe get like rotations for bounty, or not for bounty runes, but for like mid runes or something, that's another moment where you could do that type of stuff.
Yeah, Misha just narrowly did not get speared there. Able to walk himself away. Jeez, he's looking like a Slayer in that Witch Doctor game the other day. He's got the double Sage's mask nice and early, you know.
That's the first blood build. No matter what.
Even Necro, yeah.
I love it. I think it's a pretty cool like change up too, because like that just the 2 mana regen is really nice.
Yeah,
for these heroes that want to spam spells.
I mean, compared to like Bassi and stuff now, because just like everything else is getting more expensive, things are getting, you know, increased. So you're just like, all right, just gonna worry about me. I'm a Lich. Sure, I'm not giving mana to my Rookie, but what does he care? And I think this was stacked by the Radiant, if I'm not mistaken, but it's actually Team Spirit getting most of the gold from it, but they will get the kill down bottom, the rundown from Pushka.
Wow.
Spirit for Nyx.
That's big. That's real big. Hasn't even had to use this other Tango again. He brought himself out another Mango. Pushka, a big boy on the Ogre. And top lane, at least so far, hasn't gone like amazing for Ricky's, even with the Mars right now. So Funnick having a very nice game, and did have a spear available if he wanted to use it there. I guess this is just the problem of playing against Rubik, right?
Yeah, the Rubik and the Lich, it kind of goes both ways. It's hard for anyone to really secure a kill in this lane.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of spam back and forth, and once you're like low enough where you would die, you just don't commit to engagements at all.
Duraccio just does like no damage with that Fade Bolt on him. It sucks. Was that a salve broken? Or was that salve? Oh, that was Funix. Never mind.
I was just looking mid because GBK has that haste rune bottled up. He just went and picked it up, so Kasane gonna have to be a little bit concerned as the level 6 comes to pass. Currently glyphing that range creep, so GBK can just keep the harassment up. He's going for all the damage, but he's not sick.
No. Didn't cancel. I think he was trying to like get one right click and then move in with the scream of pain. But yeah.
Yeah, and it hadn't come back yet. I don't think it was like just about there when he finished the TPs. So that was a very good timing on the TP from the Alchemist.
Wow.
Unfortunately, GBK uses that time to go and steal their bounty rune, which is very good because it's an Alchemist team, but also therefore filling up his bottle. So all that harassment he was like taking from the creeps for that dive and everything just completely negated there as he just forces the Alchemist back to miss a lot of creeps.
Yeah, that one sucks. That's a tough one for HellRaisers. They were able to pick up a couple bounty runes regardless of that. Roger died for one of his up in the top lane, but Kasani at least is getting that little bit of an injection of gold. The problem is he has 18 last hits.
He's got to be really careful right now because GBK is level 6 and he's just got to straight up go to the jungle right now until he at least gets 6. And good thing he has this Observer Ward covering so he knows if GBK is coming.
In the meantime, bottom, they take the kill onto Nyx. Might be able to bring down a Pushka as well. Misha throws out another quick little round of the Frost Blast. And he is working his way towards that Necrobuck. Let's go, Lich.
No, he's not actually going to fight, is he? I hope he does.
Surely. What does he have?
Slayer doing that was like the most wild thing. I think he's just like very good because there's so many items you can build out of it. Like
okay.
But that Observer Ward that GBK placed down was spotted by Kastani, but he had to go off of that camp. Then he moved south to that camp down by the base, and now he's running in. This Alchemist game is like completely ruined.
And Maposhka is just going to get ran at yet again. Misha here. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. He's ready. Trying to take the last hit. No, gives it over to Afterlife. So they have tree armor, so they can play that much more aggressive. They've got Beastmaster Aura and Boar, and this bottom tier 1 tower is just like taking so much harassment. And I guess that they can do this because Duracio's fairly safe.
Yeah, he's just farming under the tower right now. They did pull a wave back here from Roger to the creep wave.
Sandy? Oh, yeah. But he still gets back in to get some of that
immersion.
Is he in trouble? Oh.
Yeah, he quite did. Trying to abuse the Hawk vision there to set up a kill on the Nyx, but not quite enough with the TP in from Roger.
Roger's chasing still has Fade Bolt level 2, but not quite enough to kill off Misha, so he's not going to commit for it. Okay. And Pushka places down a ward. That might have gotten scouted, actually, by the other ward.
Misha TP, they're going to try and go for Achilles in the Frost Shield, I think. He doesn't actually have any more mana.
And Funnick just able to walk away after hitting his spear on that Ricky. So yeah, the Team Spirit, definitely the aggressors, but getting overextended a little bit.
Yeah, probably going to try and keep that control up, though, for the 10 minutes. That would be the most important thing right now for them, I think, is like just put GBK down in the bottom lane, try and score some kills, and make sure they have both outposts.
Okay. Ward dropped.
Oh,
Version,
that courier.
Done, but is going to be punished here. Throws out the heal, but it's not enough. And I think that they realize that there's also a ward back behind.
Yeah,
so there's a ton of wards jumping. Sonic Wave hits onto both of them. Nyx, he's going to get denied, maybe. A chance, or just salving up through it. Dude, what a boss. Is he going to live? TP's away, and... oh, cool as a cucumber. He's outie.
Well, at least they still got the tower, but yeah, that's a big loss. And Roger will take the outpost back for now, but gotta imagine that that's going to be high on the priority list for Team Spirit. And space for Alk. He is back on top of the net worth, despite the rather horrendous start. That one rotation from Queen of Pain. I'm not a big Queen of Pain fan. I mean, I saw Chessie had a stellar game earlier today. I saw he was like 23, 1-7 or something like that. But Queen of Pain is one of these heroes that can just like struggle to try and keep relevant. Actually, I think the game might have been yesterday. But anyway, she needs those kills on those rotations, right?
Totally. Yeah, it's super important. And if you miss out on those opportunities, your game starts to fall apart, particularly as the Alchemist game is starting to take off. Has a triple stack of both the hard camp and the medium camp in the jungle as they kill off the Ricky. So again, things starting to, fall apart a little bit for Team Spirit here.
This is the key to that safe lane Leshrac, is that it's all about that early rotation. Now, ideally, you don't lose your bottom tower. You're kind of hoping that you can force out the enemy off lane tower, or at least leave it to one of your supports to farm, but you still want to go for these early rotations to apply tower pressure. They recognize that reinforcements are probably coming in, though, and actually he went back to Arcane Boots his Alk, too. keep him going. But they don't really want to keep applying pressure to the tower without the arena being available. And we're also at the 10-minute mark. No outpost for the Radiant here.
Wow. Duraccio shows up here, is going to get the Frost Shield on all of these heroes. They take down Funnick. GPK still thinking about chasing. Doesn't have Blink for another 10 seconds. So they won't be able to find and kill off Nyx. Pushka, Kasani nearby. They get the slowdown on the Ogre. And while taking away every so small bits of these creeps, but the Alk was able to clear through that jungle, and well, not bad. Not bad. At least Team Spirit finds some kills.
I saw this matchup earlier today too, I think in the Liquid series, where it was the Riki versus the Mars, and it's so annoying to try and like hit him with the spear.
Right.
It's like he's either gonna blink strike somewhere or he's gonna hop into his little trade. And, ooh, that was pretty nice.
Oh my god, just blew him up. Roger actually almost stole the Sonic Wave there, but couldn't get it out in time.
Afterlife is also rotating in here too. He's not going to stay bottom. They really want this tower.
Gotta be careful. Duraccio gonna get stunned. They have the arena, throws it down, catch the Riki that time. Not able to get away. The Chain Frost.
Oh, he
does! What's the jump out? What a baller. Duraccio making plays, and now we got Afterlife with the double bore hawk action on to the Ogre, finds the kill. Team Spirit coming to play in this game too.
Alchemist, I hope you're farming, buddy. We need you. The team is hoping. Oh, you get Blink? No, I get Scream.
Wow. Can't believe Duraccio got out. That was crazy.
Yeah, the damage reduction, even though it was only level 2 on the Frost Shield at the time, still 40%. Pretty big deal.
Absolutely. And as you can see, I mean, this has kind of been a little bit of a danger, and I've been wondering if HellRaisers were ever going to make a move to try and punish this Beastmaster, because he's just been farming under vision. They can't do anything about it.
What is Roger going for here? Oh my god, does he have vision of him? Is that... Yeah, he's an observer ward. He's trying to get this kill. He's going to get him!
Oh my god!
He knew he was farming low HP down here, and he went for a solo smoke play. Make sure he would be like not detected by the wards or the hawks. That was nice.
Dude, that guy is such a freaking gamer.
That must be so much gold. He just solo killed the enemy carry. He got 333. I didn't see how much XP it was, but I'm sure it was a ton. And he even forced out the Beastmaster and is going to get their outpost now too.
He's the fifth. He's higher levels right now, or XP, than Funnick. Yeah, Roger is super stacked now. And they want some retribution. All of Team Spirit's running down here. They're like,
you will pay.
Man, they're coming for him. Tries to hide away, but all he's got is a scream and some action. But he already bought his boots. He's good to go now. I think that was his arcanes that got picked up over on the side shop.
At least his Mars got out too.
Yeah. Wow.
Is there any punishment for going Orchid first this game? GBK just needs to not get speared pretty much, and he should be okay.
Okay.
I guess he can just go like Orchid BKB probably. It's like super aggro.
Yeah.
I don't know if you like EC or something, but
I think it kind of depends too on like how Duraccio plays as well. Like, is this the same type of Team Spirit lineup that we saw last game, where they have to just like keep on that aggression, constant?
I would say yes, to the point where you like really punish their early game, but then you don't necessarily have to keep on going as long as you've like completely destroyed the Alchemist.
Right.
Because like the more you destroy the Alchemist, the more of the rest of his allies' farm he soaks up in the first 25 minutes. So even if the Alchemist like starts getting games around 30 minutes, it's still only one hero on the enemy team, and everyone else is just so insanely dirt poor because they're giving every neutral camp to their Alchemist.
Yeah, that's true enough. And you can see right there, they move in with this Rubik. He tries to push out the lane. They're going to fully commit for this. So Team Spirit kind of holding this entire side of the jungle here. And it's not a safe place for HellRaisers to go. So keep on trying to put the squeeze on HellRaisers, if at all possible.
We talked last game about like the punishment for when you take that tower usually these days is just the instant Roche, but they are not in any position to do it, despite not being down that much. I mean, the Alchemist carrying a lot of that net worth for sure, but they just do not, like, who takes that tier 2 at 14 minutes? It doesn't happen that often, so when you hit it at such an early break point, it's a lot harder for the enemy team to punish by going Roche.
Kasani here is just, trying desperately to get into that Radiance. He's still, it's like about to be the 15-minute mark. He'll get it with the bounties most likely, but you can see all of Team Spirit, they know that HellRaisers is up here. This is a bold play.
Do not
to
go
walk
up the hill.
this high ground.
Just take the bounty and be happy, dude. It's like,
Yeah.
get 3 bounties, that's a win.
Wow. I mean, that's one of those moments where if you walk up that hill, you potentially like can lose the game off of that play.
Yeah.
Almost.
And the XP advantage also dissipating a little bit, just because they all just like 5-man basically over to where HR are. But you should expect Team Spirit to start pulling away pretty heavily in terms of the XP, just because they're going to be a little less grouped up. Radiant Smoke here is going to run into Afterlife. He drops the Necros, but he can't get through the wall in time. And
he does get the roar off onto Roger, but yeah, there's no way. Oh, he stole roar on Roger. Immediately dies to Dyrachyo. The hoof stomp afterwards.
finishes
Make sure he
TP.
gets out. Nyx, they jump back in, trying to find this finish. That Chain Frost did a decent chunk of damage, and Misha still thinking about chasing. He blinks over to Immersion as Pushka is going to get ran down here most likely.
He did not
So they
realize.
lose one, but they
that
are
left back
taking
was
more.
like so alone. He could have just like ran him down, I think.
Yeah.
He was worried about like the burst damage, which is very understandable, right? You don't want to just like dunk you with the ulti, but he probably could have just like chased him a little bit and got an opportunity for his team. The only upside, of course, that Edict does hit through Invis, which could be very annoying for a Riki player because you just like tank it all.
Yeah. Now he's hitting his timing also. Has that diffusal blade done. This is as the Alchemist has just gotten his first component of the BKB. So this timing window, again, it's going to become more and more scary as HellRaisers go on. But do the rest of their heroes have that farm that they need? That's kind of the question.
Especially Leshrac, such a farm-centric hero. He's like such a squishy core and glass cannon without the perfect circumstances. So Nick's really under pressure to keep that up, but doing very well, I will say. It's causing his Mars to suffer a lot, right? Because again, like someone has to basically give up the farm for this Alchemist because of the way his game started, and that person is going to be Funnick. He's pretty far behind in terms of like the opponent offlaner, the 2k gold, but that's essentially been transferred to his Alchemist.
Poor Funnick. This guy, you know, game one, he has to play Weaver, just time-lapsing people all the time. His cores get to go crazy.
It's not easy being the moon.
Gotta be careful here. Jump in. They don't have a spear. They missed the stun on a GPK. Silence is out. They are gonna blow Dyrachyo the hell up.
These guys are crazy, dude. That's 2 heroes.
I mean, yeah, that... I thought it was going to turn and look good, and so did Team Spirit, but it really didn't. I can't tell you how much it didn't.
Even HR started like backing away a little bit. They're like, wow, they got to be here. They went for like the ultra bluff, but they have so many wards around that I think once they saw like one hero coming into vision on the ward, they're like, yeah, they're not smoked. These guys are just alone.
I wonder if GPK made that call. He's like, we can fight. And Dyrachyo's like, all right, I trust you, man.
He got a little amped up about that Orchid, I think.
Yeah. Misha drops the ward, immediately deward, pulls the ogre on down. Clumsy net afterwards. I mean, they still got that ward there. Arena's down, catches on a GPK. This dude just got his Orchid. He's going to get destroyed. The kill comes out in time. Meanwhile, they try and bring down Nyx. They will take down the Lesh as well as the ogre. So 2 for 1 so far, but the big bad man on top of all of this is Kasani, who finishes off his BKB.
One job for the Queen of Pain. Don't get speared. It's like it's very hard. And now it's a bit of a problem. Oh, that's a big kill though. Get that Rubik. Get the living armor. Might be able to help delay these pushes.
That would have been nice to just have that stolen for a while, but does not work out that way. And I guess this is also the danger. Like if HellRaisers ever feel comfortable and then they split up for a second, this lineup blows up that individual here so quickly.
Yeah, it looks a lot like last game though, like Funnick playing on the Weaver in the same situation down here, just like cutting creep waves. Not the easiest hero to do it on. We do see this a lot now because the nerfs to Mars, right? You like need this other mana item. A lot of people are going for the Yules. Fits particularly well this game because he's got the Orchid to contend with.
Yeah, it's interesting though, right? Because I definitely, you know, when you think about Mars being able to be that initiator, it's the blink dagger type build, but here it's more like we want to try and keep them from jumping our Alk, I guess. Yeah,
or you can just like Yule someone and spear them too. Just like play it like a left rack or something.
Like a void spirit.
Look at this, they're split earthing the trees on the low ground so they can start capturing, but yeah, they're up there, but that's why he sends in the ogre. All right, Nova Pushka, you go check it out. I'll be right here.
Don't worry, I got you, man. I got you.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Ooh, wait a minute, though. Wait a minute. Duraccio pulling him a Pushka gets stunned up and taken down. He got that bounty, though. Never take that away from him.
Man, it feels so weird seeing games without saves. I feel like every game I cast has like 3 saves or something. So when one guy just gets targeted like that, I'm just expecting some big turnaround. But I mean, the armor and the living armor, or the frost shield and the living armor are like okay, but they're no disruption or false promise or something. You know, like these guys are just dead.
Stun on Spear of Mars is just so long, 2.8 seconds. It feels like it shouldn't be, but
They also have five stun lineup. You know.
Yeah.
Shout out to HR for some quality Dota. Oh, get that hawk. Oh, burn it. Nice.
well done.
Easy gold. That's 90 gold for him? That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm wondering, like, the Beastmaster, if he takes the Hawk's cooldown talent in this one. That was one of the changes in the patch that I feel like is more relevant than I think people are talking about. It, like, cuts the cooldown of Hawk almost in half at level 15 for Beastmaster.
Yeah. And the other one's only 6 armor, which isn't like the craziest thing. I mean, it's pretty good, but it's not like some other like boar-related talent or something you have to go for instead, since I can move to 20.
Kasani jumps now onto Misha. Wishing he had a Necro book right now, but, well, not really. Boar, jump in, trying to take down Nyx, almost getting the kill. Eul's Scepter living for just a moment, but will get Sonic waved down to death. Overgrowth onto several. Kasani trying to run away. Under control. Duraccio stunned. No save is there. Sphere pulls back in, and they will bring down that freaking Ricky. Funnick chased. One more punch is all they need, as they do have another jump in a second from GPK, but it would be crazy to go for that one. So another trade-off. Couple of kills apiece.
I really thought the following sentence would be, so he will, and then he was going to jump in, but he did not. Good thing he didn't, as you said, because the Yules probably would have been there from Funnick. You know that guy's got the fast fingers, and you would have been punished for it.
Totally. Well, 10 to 20. Very action-packed game number 2.
Feels like we're just waiting towards BKBs, and then we'll have the Roche fight, as Team Spirit will probably try and force it with the BKB on the Queen of Pain, and on the Ricky as well. That's when this game gets really hard, because like Funnick's whole contribution is negated by BKBs in this one, and I mean to some extent Kasani, of course, like doesn't really have the big damage yet until he finishes out like the AC and the Abyssal and everything.
Interesting. So do you think the BKB timings are actually going to work more into the favor of Team Spirit than HellRaisers?
Assuming they can actually like push into Roche. I mean, at this point, I'm leaning towards HR. Like I think that whole idea of like the timing and the pacing and everything, once again for Team Spirit, is starting to slow down a little bit. It's only a 3k lead, and it's an Alchemist, so it's like not that big of a deal. Obviously, he's got 8k himself, so essentially the other heroes on Team Spirit are like 5k ahead or whatever. But I worry about the speed if they don't get these BKBs soon. I think they're losing this Ricky way too much. Like that's 5 deaths now for him, slowing down his farm speed tremendously. And GPK is nearly done his, so he's like pretty well on time.
I didn't realize he had 5 deaths. That's crazy.
He just keeps getting feared. Like, every team fight, he's kind of in there first.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. That's crazy.
Well, that's going to be something to watch for. I guess the same type of thing that we were talking about with why Ricky is dying, the lack of saves. You can say the same thing on HellRaiser's side. So, you know, if you find a nice roar onto Kasani and just sort of all in the Alk, suddenly that net worth lead is completely gone. As the smoke up comes, the scan connects onto Roger as he does lay down the ward behind him.
Too.
Ooh.
Emerges
big watch.
Big play. Oh, look at their whole group.
Oh, God, the jump in, the fear. They find it right at the start. Chain Frost blowing up. It is going to be enough for the kill. Sonic wave afterwards. The Overgrowth comes down, but Overgrowth stolen by Rubik. Trying to turn it. Rooted for the moment. GPK has a blink in a second if they want to chase. There's no buyback on the Elk, so he can't get into this fight as Duraccio chases down Funnick. Silence is there to the side. Meanwhile, down south, they keep running at Nyx and Maposhka as Funnick dies up north. GPK blinks away, and with that, Maposhka is going to be pummeled, punished, killed. Huge win for Team Spirit.
Yeah, nice rotation. Well done. Good movement there, and kind of like following their own wards through the Radiant side, and the arena was essentially defensive at that point to try and like help protect the Alchemist, and then the 4-man on the remaining heroes, everyone just gets overgrowth. And like, sure, Rubik steals it, but it's like, yeah, that's cool. We're all just stuck here together. We're gonna run you guys down right after this.
Yeah. And now in straight towards Roche. They're going to be able to pick this one up. Rubik cannot get there quickly enough. Oh, Roger? He was thinking about going on a GPK there. Jump forward, stun. Okay. They probably don't have enough for Duraccio as he gets the blink strike away. And danced in with his illusions. All right. We're back at it.
This it reminds me of last game, kind of, where like the mech, right? This is the big difference. So they needed this big, like, faster pace and everything to try and get these kills, and maybe the blink could have been a little bit better in those scenarios. Kind of like how like the Batrider's blink might have been a little bit too delayed too, for the way the Team Spirit needed to play. But you know, even though they just got that huge kill and everything was good, look at the towers. I mean, they didn't get any tower pressure in the top lane. They at least got the Aegis, which is really good, sure. But I'm still a little concerned until this BKB's out for Duraccio.
Okay. Well, he hasn't died again, so that's something.
It's very true.
It's important. Another wraparound here. They have overgrowth with Blink. Kasani roared yet again. GPK is there. Do they have the lockdown and the full control? The lift up onto Duraccio and the stun afterwards, but are not focusing him down in time. They still are going to be able to likely find that kill as the Rue... Yeah, they get away. Okay. Afterlife is going to get ran down instead. So the Ricky does manage to escape, but yeah,
that's okay though. I mean, it's better to commit onto the guy that doesn't have the Aegis, I think. I can understand the reasoning there, right? From Kasani to not come over and help with the Ricky.
Yeah.
In a sense, he was probably passively helping with his Radiance. It was probably close enough to hit both.
Mm-hmm. Well, that is a big win for HellRaisers now, as they pull it back the other direction. And gonna try and take down another tower here.
Yeah, they have a vision down bottom too, so they actually saw that Duraccio was like waiting by this creep wave to see if they were gonna commit for the tower, and they were just like, oh, this guy's just like way on the other side of the map without a TP. So they know that Ricky can't be here right now. It gets ferried out on a courier now, and they just start to retreat with the glyph.
Oh, heads up play there from HR. To make sure that they're not overstaying their welcome.
That was a bit of a problem last game, right? Where they started making the comeback at points for HR. Like, they eventually won, but they still overstepped in the mid a couple times. Mm-hmm. Maybe just reflecting on that.
Yeah, definitely. And that's the type of way that you can lose the game. I mean, you kind of have to hit it perfectly, where it's, you know, not overcommitting, not playing too passively. All of HR is underneath this hawk here, which I believe is just outside of the vision.
This boar will destroy that sentry very, very slowly.
Got him. Interesting. So HellRaisers again playing 5-man Dota, don't want to get picked off. And Team Spirit gonna make the smoke play yet again.
So I think Funnick, I mean, before he gets his blink, it's gonna be a little bit hard, but if he can target down these supports, it's gonna be so good for them. But yeah, they're looking for that good angle once again.
Nyx heads up play there. They're gonna have another.
They're so grouped right now.
Duraccio, they're all together. Silence. Nyx, gotta be careful. Overgrowth is available with the blink in. Kasani, they jump in onto him. I mean, it's Chain Frost bouncing between two, but not doing nearly enough as they're trying to isolate these targets. Roar finally comes out to keep the Mars off of the Beastmaster. Overgrowth is there on to 5. Kasani blinks in, but Ricky able to jump out. Gets the kill. Sonic Wave onto 2, now turning onto Roger. He's gonna get brought down. He used his BKB beforehand. I don't know if they can take this fight, though. They don't have enough spear mana. The silence comes out. They take down the Mars. Trying to TP out. Kasani is going to die. GPK getting the triple kill. And a little bit of a misclick and misplay by HellRaisers gets punished hard.
I think the way that fight got broken up benefited Team Spirit a lot. Because on the left-hand side, you had 3 or 4 heroes all just trying to kill Afterlife. They even committed the arena for it because he's the core without the BKB. Makes sense, but he was still too tanky. And then he eventually gets the roar off and just runs off to the right anyway. Yeah. So they didn't even finish the kill. And then it just gave so much time for them to punish onto Nyx. Because like, Nyx was probably looking kind of scary this fight. He still had the 9-second BKB. I thought he was going to have a pretty good matchup versus Duraccio because he just has BKB and Diffusal, but just constantly able to dodge out a lot of that less track damage with the tricks of the trade is very obnoxious.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and I think I saw in there too, like Mars Phonic was trying to get in range with the spear and like popped a stick to get mana, but then also he like ran into the cloud, so he couldn't control the Riki, and the whole thing you were talking about it being a frustrating matchup for the Mars as they do find Afterlife under control, but the roar comes out afterwards. They take down the Rubik yet again. Dyrachyo in the duration of this BKB looking pretty alive. Phonic does have another spear in 3, but Immersion still chasing this one down. Dyrachyo trying to walk away, throws down that silence, jump in from GPK, finds the catch. Can they get the kill? Yes, they will. Alchemist not back yet. Chain Frost gonna not bounce at all, but they will still try and take down Pushka. Looking for the stun, throws it onto Immersion, but that is not the big kill that they wanted for this Alchemist. And Dyrachyo is just a freaking assassin. Jumping in, taking him down. Smoke, dust rather. Silence there, and then they walk away. They do have another stun. Dust is going to land a little bit longer. The fear, the pullback in, and the stun jumps out. The great play coming from Kasani. That's the punish on Dyrachyo they needed.
All right, that's pretty hype. The BKB blink.
Dude.
I thought he was out. I can't believe they started that whole fight on the side of HR without the Alchemist. They kind of initiated there, right? Like, Nyx went in thinking like, oh, they're going to expect us all to be like pushed way back. They're not going to have their full numbers, but still had quite a few heroes there from Spirit. But yeah, it's a complete brawl fest right now. We've completely lost first Roche. It's just gone. There's still tier 2 towers sitting in the mid and the top, so they're feeling all right about the situation, and we're going to start looking towards the Aegis and the Cheese, I believe, now.
Yeah. Next round of items are going to be coming out shortly as well. We're, 6 minutes away from the next tier, and still these teams haven't even gotten all their other items yet. A little bit insane. Orb of Destruction picked up for GPK. That's a big one. Wonder
they
who
need
takes
some,
that.
like, crazy neutral item for the Leshrac. They need something that, like, makes him kind of busted. I mean, the Craggy Coat's okay. That's not too bad. But I feel like he's the core that's like struggling on the side of the Radiant to like fulfill his job. I mean, to be fair, Phonic's having the worst time because he got cut down in the early part, but at least his role is fairly clear. Like if he can just shut down the tree and the Lich just because they don't have BKBs, or maybe try and get the kill on Afterlife before he has his. He's just so damn tanky. We've already seen that that's a bit of a fool's errand. But the Leshrac's just like struggling to survive in these fights. He needs some way to do that. He's got the Blitzstone actually finished in time. Okay, this is pretty huge. Just when they're smoking in.
All right. Can they find pick off? I mean, it's going to be a fight, it feels like now. So,
unless we smoke right past each other to opposite sides of the map.
Yeah, that's a possibility. But checking for Roche 30 seconds before it's capable of respawning. Radiant, scan it out. I mean, these types of situations feel like they always are going to favor Team Spirit a little bit just because of the Hawks.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Because there's a lot of things that you do during smoke, they'll still give you away if people are looking around, right? Like people like Fate Bolt creep waves or neutral camps or something. And for now, they're just hoping that HR will retreat back to their side of the map and they'll catch them there, but they'll eventually just reveal and start pushing the waves back out. Immersion's going to set up nice and early here. Has the Blink Dagger as well. Could be an opportunity. Could also be a good way to kill yourself.
Beastmaster is really far away from the rest of his team. But GPK throwing out those illusions, sending the creeps up to the north. Tree armor there. There's the Nature's Grasp onto Nyx. He's away from the rest of his team. Kasani is up front and center. And there's going to be the jump away from Dyrachyo. So they'll lose that Helm of the Dominator creep. They're going to lose the top tier 2 tower. That last rotation not working out so well for Team Spirit.
And it's a minute until the Roche timer. So if they can hold this area right now, things will benefit HR. This Phonic tries to stay nice and close with this gem.
Jump in, roar, thinking about throwing it, didn't find Nyx though. Great reaction with that Eul Scepter. The turnaround stun is going to be there. On to Afterlife, doesn't manage to get the roar off either. Blink away, keeping alive that Queen of Pain. With no buyback on the Beastmaster, the rest of Team Spirit just has to retreat. And it looks like they will be able to find that kill onto him. In the meantime, Dyrachyo going to go for cutting the creep wave because they know they can't fight.
I can't believe how well that fight went for them because the Mars got controlled the entire fight. Phonic literally did 0 damage because they just jumped on him with the smoke screen and controlled them. But I guess because Dyrachyo was like so focused on him, he couldn't really assist with a lot of the damage. It was mostly up to the Queen of Pain to try and get that done. I also got that Beastmaster with almost nothing done from him after that roar. So HellRaisers rolling on forward, and they don't have anything currently scouting the Roche pit. Might need to keep one of their couriers there. Might have been worried about the Riki just snagging it though.
Yeah. most likely. He's going for the nullifier.
Pretty good this game, right? The continuous dispels, just constant nuisances.
It's great against Nyx. That's been one of his main ways that he has been able to survive through this. Now we'll see how this goes. 6,000 gold lead now. Roche gonna drop, and this one, Aegis and Cheese. 18 to 32. A very action-packed game number 2. We're at 51 kills in 35 minutes. Anything else that's really big that's come out yet? I mean, we're pretty close to that next tier of items. I wonder if, like, do you think HellRaisers are still just comfortable sitting and farming up and, you know, trying to get
getting
like
better and better right now, for sure. Like, I think things are looking good. The recovery from the left track's been super important. On top of that, Duracio's game has also been kind of ruined, right? Like, he's forced to BKB here. Actually, GVD's kind of close.
Oh, turn around. There's the Cheese trying to bring down this Mars before he can get a spear off. Tricks the trade, finds the kill, but the Abyssal Blade reaction, and now the overgrowth, the turnaround, the roar has already been used. They do manage to get GPK out of there, and now controlling Duraccio, he will die. So they trade 1 for 1, but it could have been a hell of a lot worse.
Spawny's got the blink put away right now, too, so we can't even continue this. They have the gem on Ogre, and there's some deforestation happening here.
Oh, immersion.
Oh,
dude,
he's
you're
dead.
crazy. What are you doing?
I mean, what was about to happen, right? He knew they were about to just do it again. I guess he should have just kept running right, is the real answer. He might have been hoping he could just sneak, like, one tree and then be behind them to cut the next wave. That's all I can imagine.
He could have blinked left, too.
I'm just assuming it was on cooldown from Bless Track, but yeah, I don't know.
Anyways, 8,000 gold lead right now. Growing as we speak. But the big winner in all of this is Kasani, who now has the Heart done, the Abyssal Blade done. He is running out of slots, sorta. And actually has the Aghanim Scepter queued up next. So, can Team Spirit deal with this aggression? Can they blow up the Elk? Can he kill him? That's the big question. They have Roar back up again. But it doesn't look like right now HellRaisers want to tempt fate and go high ground at all.
Dude, I think Roger's been playing so well that you just give him the Agnes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rubik's like busted with it. It's so good.
Ooh, Spell Prism. Oh, that's a next item. There you go.
Yeah, that is the kind of thing he needed, actually. Still has the Craggy coat, though. A bit of a tough call for him. Yeah, he just sends it away. He says, nah, never mind. I need the armor, guys.
Yeah, living is more important. Team Spirit. Oh, HellRaisers now, are they're thinking about going up high ground themselves. Mars has an enchanted quiver of all things.
They're doing such a good job of controlling the tree line, too. Just like split earthing and, I mean, the stolen axes, too. Just constantly keeping it in mind. They got to be really careful here. And Alchemist in the Abyssal is like, he can just turn this fight on instantly.
Yeah, tree armor.
Immersion. He's lurking. He's thinking about it.
Oh, it's Danger Town. They have that roar available. They keeping it alive. The glyph finally comes out, and now the fear. Hawk on the other side of it. Kasani does not have an Aegis.
Save the tower. This is the time to go.
This is dangerous. Dangerous.
They're trying to wait out the Chemical Rage, I think, and then see if they can get a fight out. This is huge. They've kept the tower alive. Now they can potentially fight after the Chemical Rage, but there's still BKBs.
Jump on the back lines, finding the Rubik. Silence. He's in some trouble with the spear. It catches, doesn't matter. Sonic Wave takes down the Lich. That's one life from Nyx. Can they find any more afterwards? Duraccio trying to beat into Kasani. Almost dead and is going to fall. 90 seconds. No buyback. Duraccio looking for more. The Gambit, Team Spirit lineup comes through, and GPK does it to him.
Dude, the patience was so good. I can't believe they held that tower. Repair kit, broken item, bless. I mean, when you have repair kit, lich, and tree, you're just like, all right, it's gonna die. Guys, the tower's going down. Surely we got it this time. Oh my god, they held that for so long. And then Immersion, the patience on that ulti to wait until the Chemical Rage had ended. That was so key that they delayed and didn't force that fight. There were so many 5-man ultis he could have gone for, but he knew that they would lose that fight if they tried to fight under the Chemical Rage.
Absolutely. Patience.
Great.
From Team
Time
Spirit.
to sit down for 20 minutes, guys. They're never going to push again.
I mean, Team Spirit are going to push instead. They're getting some good damage onto this tower here. The glyph comes out, and HellRaisers need to come up with some answers to this. By the way, back at home, Tree's just going to keep on working on that tier 3 tower, I'm sure. But Team Spirit are going to be the first ones to take the tier 3 tower, and now the lead's starting to swing back the other way. This is a lane of racks, and maybe can go for more. Again, 20 seconds, no Alk. Team Spirit are doing some stuff here.
A bad steal, get the Hawk. You need something bigger than that for this one.
Oh, 10 seconds away. They got to be careful about not overstaying, though. And yeah, you can see that immediately Team Spirit going to back out. Man, somebody ping GPK and say when you're standing in, change your team tag. Swear to God.
I don't think you can.
I don't think you
Don't
can.
blame him.
I'm just angry.
Leave him alone. Don't make him pay for our shortcomings. It's just the way our stupid brains work when we're casting. You just read shit. It's like when everyone's putting other players' names. Like he casts DM right now. He's got Brile at the end of his tag. He casts Brile. He's got DM at the end of his tag.
Do they really?
Yeah, they both do right now. There's some mad respect between the two.
Unbelievable. We got an illusion escape, by the way. Ricky's going to work.
Shout out to the 4 Zoomers getting that item nerfed.
Oh, Roar! They got him again. In some trouble. Doesn't have his BKB out in time, and Kasani. He's gonna get chased down, pummeled down. Can he get killed? Abyssal Blade. He's still living, but not long enough. Ricky finally comes in, finishes him off. Chase forward, looking for more. That's gonna be Rubik under fire, dead again. Immersion jumping, killing Pushka. One by one. They got buyback this time. Nyx wanting to turn this on to Afterlife. And Afterlife gets ran down, gets killed. Team Spirit, they jump back in like an absolute madman onto Nyx. They take the fear off, trying to run, trying to find the kill, the fish. It's going to come out. They're controlling Kasani. They take down Nyx, but do they have enough to kill this Elk? Another round of fear. Funnick not doing all that much, but it looks like Team Spirit will escape afterwards. Dude.
Can I just say that I think Queen of Pain 25 is my most hated thing to play against?
It's so annoying.
It is so frustrating. And like, they just constantly keep blinking on you, and the AoE's like such a decent size, the cooldown's so low. Every 7 seconds she gets to fear you. Isn't that like 1.5 for 1.2 now? Sorry, it's been nerfed, I guess. To 1.2 seconds, but that's crazy.
That's so annoying. Oh yeah, the 20%. Look out.
Yeah, got hit. Got everybody, and no one escaped the wrath of the frog.
Ugh. It's like sort of mediocre Thanos, you know? That's the idea.
It was the weakest snap of all time. 20%.
It was like a pinky snap with your thumb, you know?
Yeah.
All right. 10K gold lead now for Team Spirit ahead of HellRaisers.
Now I'll take pictures. That time EE had the Thanos glove. So this is what it was. This was the EE snap.
Okay, I'm with you. Oh my God, she got Spell Prism. Oh, that's disgusting.
No. Please. All right, 5.6 seconds, so 1.2. All right, so 4.4 second downtime, basically, of when you're allowed to play. She just keeps screaming.
Can we get a calculator, please?
People in chat, I got my brain.
Oh, Nyx can't find the opening. Misha, forced staff to the low ground. Feared, pulling him in with it as well. Ewell Scepter lift up. Trying to turn this back around. The jump in from GPK gets the fear onto Nyx. Trying to control, trying to take down one. They just dogpile the Rubik. Roger's like, please leave me alone. Turn it back around with the Abyssal Blade stun afterwards, controlling him. But there's going to be the overgrowth. Immersion saving GPK's life. They just walk away from him. Nyx is taking so much damage from Dyrachyo. Actually turn and try and take this Alchemist down. I don't know if they can do that. They need to kill off this Leshrac first. GPK getting burned down so low by this Radiance. The Dyrachyo turnaround, he's going to die. Picks up the gem afterwards, trying to run away from him, but the fear, the right clicks, that is a blood sword. Nowhere left to go. Kasani wants this kill desperately. The Lincoln Spear breaks it. And GPK, that's a GG. We're going to game 3.
Oh man, that the nullifier just like ruined everything. It's just like Dyrachyo's entire game changed, where now he could just straight up kill people.